20-year-old Yazir Baiza is missing tonight, and his family is concerned for his well-being. Baiza, a resident of Muling Street, Orange Walk Town, went missing on Wednesday, October 19, 2022, after 3 p.m. when he left home, and he has not been seen or heard from since. And tonight, his family fears for his life since he has a medical condition. Baiza suffers from diabetes type 1, and he requires the intake of insulin twice daily. Today marks day 6 that he's gone without his medication. The 20-year-old was last seen in Corozal Town wearing a short blue jeans pants and a black t-shirt. According to Baiza's mother, he would normally go missing for 2 nights. Baiza is described as being Hispanic, slim-built, about 5 feet 4 inches in height, and has black hair. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Baiza is asked to call 922. Baiza's family can be contacted at 607-5661 or 634-3725. Governor General Dame Froila Zalam was today handed Belize's first e-passport at an official ceremony held in Bamapan to launch the Electronic Passport and Issuance Control System, EPICS. Zalam was the first to apply formally for the new passport last week. Today's historic launch marks the culmination of an effort which began in February 2021 when the Briceño administration, through Cabinet, approved the procurement of a new passport system. The new passports are themed on national pride, with depictions of Belizean landmarks and symbols. According to Immigration Minister Amon Courtney, the new passports carry new security features, a total of 26, including a microchip to safeguard personal information.
In Plan Belize, the Briceño administration committed to, quote, upgrade systems and technology in the Immigration and Nationality Service to eradicate corruption, end of quote. Today, in partial fulfillment of this commitment, the government of Belize proudly launches Belize's electronic passport issuance and control system and our e-passports. Our new passport was designed by a team of officials from the Ministry of Tourism and Diaspora Relations, the National Institute of Culture and History, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Immigration. It has been expertly produced by Canadian Banknote Limited from Canada. There are some 26 security features embedded throughout the new e-passport. Additionally, a critical component of the EPICS and the e-passports is the International Civil Aviation Organization Public Key Directory, which Belize joined in August 2002. The ICAO Public Key Directory is a central repository for the exchange of information required to authenticate e-passports, electronic ID cards, and visible digital seals. This authentication, usually referred to as e-passport validation, is the process of validating the authenticity and integrity of an e-passport by verifying the digital signature on the chip. Belize's membership in the ICAO PKD enhances the level of security for our EPICS and e-passports. Next month, Belize will be issued our formal ICAO PKD certificate, and Minister Cervantes will be in Canada to receive it.
With the launching of EPICS, government expects to attain an elevated level of security, virtually eliminate corruption and fraud, and even open new doors for passport application.
Believe it or not, last month, there were only 3 locations in Belize that were capable of accepting passport applications. Today, this number has increased to 7. The EPICS consists of 1 central issuing site in Belmopan and 7 data capture sites: Corozal Town, Orange Walk Town, Belize City, San Pedro Town, Belmopan, Dangriga, and Punta Gorda Town. Additionally, we will capture data at 7 overseas missions: London, Taipei, Washington, New York, Chicago, Coral Gables, and Los Angeles. This new system will enable us to greatly improve the efficiency and service delivery to Belizeans at home and abroad.
The demand by Belizeans for passport has increased significantly from 2020 to date. With EPICs now available, the Ministry of Immigration expects a dramatic surge in applications. To address the demand, online appointments will be available.
Our objective is to end the long lines and hours of waiting at our immigration offices. In short, we expect that the EPICs and the e-passports will provide speed and security to Belizeans around the world and at home. The Belize passport currently ranks 56 out of 199 passports globally on the Henley Passport Index. Belizeans enjoy visa-free access to 103 countries. This is not enough. We will sustain and level up our efforts to improve our position on the index by aggressively negotiating reciprocal visa-free agreements, affording Belizeans visa-free entry into more countries. High on our list is Canada and the Schengen states.
Copies of the e-passport application forms can be obtained from any immigration office or at immigration.gov.bz. Prices for the e-passports are the following: 10-year validity for persons aged 16 and over, $50 Belize dollars. 5-year validity for children under 16, $30 Belize dollars. Replacement of a lost or stolen passport for persons aged 16 and over, $85 Belize dollars. Replacement of a lost or stolen passport for children under 16, $55 Belize dollars. The sitting of the Senate started today with a heated debate with a motion related to the Belize-Guatemala dispute. Without notice on the order paper, the leader of government business, Senator Amon Courtney, presented a motion for Belize to accede to the American Treaty on Pacific Settlement, otherwise known as the Pact of Bogota, first in force in 1949. It is necessary, says Courtney, in order to head off a potential claim by the Republic of Honduras to the Zapodela Keys, which Belize is sovereign over and which Guatemala also claims. During his discourse, Foreign Minister Amon Courtney explained that since 1982, Honduras has maintained a claim to the Zapodela Key range in its constitution. The Belizean government does not believe that Honduras's claim is credible, but because Belize and Guatemala both claim the keys, it is expected that Honduras will intervene in the Belize-Guatemala case to assert its claim to the Zapodela Keys. Viewers might recall that Belize and Guatemala are before the International Court of Justice, ICJ. Both countries have submitted memorials and counter-memorials following an agreement to send the dispute there by referendum. We understand that while the government of Belize has engaged with the government of Honduras to negotiate a resolution of their claim based on Honduras acknowledging Belize's exclusive sovereignty over the Keys, GOB's attempts have not been successful. As such, Courtney asked the Senate to allow government to accede to the Bogota Pact, allowing Belize to take Honduras to the ICJ for the court to once and for all determine sovereignty over the Zapodelas.
In light of all the circumstances and based on legal advice from our international lawyers, Madam President, Belize seeks to accede to the Pact of Bogota, a treaty to which Honduras is a party. We are advised that as a state party to the pact, we can take Honduras to the International Court of Justice for the International Court of Justice to resolve Honduras's territorial claim to a part of Belize. This is what we are preparing to do. In this way, all countries that claim the Zapodelas would be before the International Court of Justice. For Belize to achieve its strategic objective of obtaining a conclusive determination of its territorial sovereignty over all its continental insular and maritime territory, including the Zapoteras Keys, it must submit the Honduran claim to the Zapatera Keys to the ICJ under the Pact of Bogota. We ask for the support of the Senate for the accession to the Pact of Bogota.
But for leader of opposition business Michael Perfit, the matter should go to the Belizean people first via a referendum.
You don't come the morning of the Senate and present to this Senate for us to determine, even though the law gives the Senate the authority for Belize to enter into treaties, this is not one of those treaties we just enter into on a Monday morning. This issue affects our claim. This issue affects the matter we have before the ICJ as we speak, for which there has been a memorial, there has been a counter memorial. We anticipate a reply in December, and then there's a rejoinder by June of next year. We are in the middle of this game, and you're coming to us, telling us now that you want to involve a third player in the ICJ unfounded Guatemalan claim against Belize, and that Belize must take action, enter into a treaty, and take action against a third country that has given no official indication that it is interested in interfering in this case, because if they were going to do it, they would have done it already. Members of the Senate, do not vote to pass this motion. Let the Belizean people have their say as to whether or not we want to involve another country for which we have no quarrel with, for which we have excellent relationships with, as the Minister for Foreign Affairs just said. So why would you pick a fight with Honduras when Honduras don't bother we? Not only that, Madam President, if you pick a fight with Honduras now, and we force them into the ICJ claim, the unfounded one that Guatemala has over Belize, it will delay the process. Because now Honduras would need another year to respond to Guatemala's memorial and to our counter memorial. They will need at least another year or two to respond to their reply, and when we put in our rejoinder. This, ladies and gentlemen, will delay the ICJ decision on this matter for another at least 3 to 4 years.
Senator Chanona asked the question, why was the Honduras issue not featured prominently during the campaign for the referendum? It was echoed by Senator Martinez, Senator Benguche. The only person in this chamber who has an obligation and a duty to answer that question is the Honorable Senator Michael Perfit, who championed the referendum, championed a yes vote, and presented to the Belizean people an argument, want to remember this? Ironclad. You remember this? Slam dunk. Be quiet. Madam President, the answer to the question lies with those who were the architects and ran the campaign for the referendum in 2019. I will not today grandstand like others and come here and pretend and fake ignorance. Madam President, members of this Honorable Senate, Belizeans, students, It is an incontrovertible fact that the Honorable Michael Perafit represents the United Democratic Party on the Belize-Guatemala issue. He has had access to all the research. He has had access to all the advice. He has attended every single meeting. He knows very well. He and I have been instructed by our legal team not to disclose certain things because it would prejudice the national interests of Belize. So to come here and to grandstand in circumstances where he knows that I cannot disclose the advice that we have received, where he knows that there's information that we have in our joint possession that we cannot disclose, is regrettable, because he is giving the Belizean people the impression that the People's United Party has one view and the United Democratic Party has another view, and that is not so. Late in the day, as always, late in the day, after we gone to London, meet with the lawyers, meet with them per Zoom, do all the research, read all the papers, exchange email, exchange WhatsApp, everybody agree on the way forward. All of a sudden, somebody say,
I asked Senator Michael Perfeet, I asked Senator Perfeet, if you have a point of order, then you stand on that point of order.
At the end of the debate, the motion was passed and Belize will now accede to the pact. Delegates of the United Democratic Party, UDP, who have chosen to sign the petition to trigger the recall of party leader Moses Shine Barrow will have to commit to their decision, according to the party's constitution. Today, Tracy Tager Panton took to social media to explain the recall mechanism, which was triggered on Friday, October 21st, in an effort to preserve Barrow's leadership. Panton explained that Article 8.7 of the UDP Constitution allows for a recall mechanism to be triggered once the requisite threshold in reaching 172 signatures from the delegate pool, and that Vice Chairman Alberto August managed to submit a total of 201 signatures on Friday. Party Chairman Michael Perfeet has the responsibility of vetting the signatures, setting a date for the recall convention, and establishing the ground rules guidelines for the convention. She noted that the last time the recall mechanism was triggered, the process of vetting signatures took a maximum of 2 days. Whether such a petition is successful or not successful will be determined at the recall convention, Panton said. There is no provision in the UDP Constitution that allows for signatures to be retracted once such a petition has been filed. Ultimately, Barrow's fate as party leader will be decided by 516, that is, delegates from 31 constituencies. His opponents need 344 votes, 2/3 of the delegates in favor of the petition to have him recalled. But then, on the other side of the ring, leader of the opposition, Moses Shine Barrow, continues to argue that his opponents, who on Friday submitted signatures to trigger a recall petition against him, do not have the support they say they do. In response to Tracy Tager Panton, who said that there was no mechanism under the United Democratic Party Constitution to withdraw signatures, Barrow claimed all delegates who were pressured, defrauded, misled, and lied to have a right to withdraw their signature from the recall petition. He went on to argue the vetting process must ensure that delegates who signed on to the petition did so willingly and not, as he says, some have confirmed defrauded, misled, bribed, or pressured. The petition launched against Patrick Faber lost 12 persons to retraction from a total of 290, whereas the petition against him reportedly has 50 persons retracting their signatures from a total of 201. Therefore, according to Barrow, that puts this petition way below the 176 signature threshold at about 144, counting the alternates and resigned delegates that signed. He adds that the vast majority of the delegates remain confident in the choice they made on March 27, 2022, when his margin of victory against Tigger Panton was a slim 256 to 253. He concludes no more unnecessary distractions, no more diversion of our focus from the rebuilding process. Let us accept democracy. I call on Patrick, Tracy, Alberto, and company to accept that their recall attempt has failed and in the best interest of the party, join with me in unity to help me lead the UDP to victory in the next general elections. And sticking to the same topic, today, Chairman of the United Democratic Party, Michael Perfy, told the media he will look at the petition tomorrow when he meets with the Secretariat, despite the fact that the leader of the party is saying that the recall against him has failed.
The petition will speak for itself. Either there will be the threshold will be met, or it won't be met. And if people put in their name and withdrew their name afterwards, then we have to look at that, count the numbers, and if the threshold is met, we go to a recall convention. If it's not met, we don't go to a recall convention. But I have to sit down with the Secretariat, who are the ones who officially received the document, and work with them to make a determination going forward.
So for the record, there is a provision within the party constitution that people can withdraw or recall their signatures for alleged bribery and so on and so forth. That is that in the Constitution?
Well, I don't have any evidence that anybody was bribed to sign to trigger the recall. I have no evidence to indicate that anybody was bribed to retract their signature. It's not a matter of in the UDP Constitution. People are allowed to change their mind. It's world law. I can say no that I want a particular soft drink, and then when I can say, I don't want it again. I mean that you are allowed to withdraw any statement you've made or any position you've taken.
After the signatures are vetted, the Secretariat will inform the leaders of the party whether a recall has been triggered.
The Secretariat will inform the delegates of the party and the leadership of the party, which includes the delegates. There are 500 plus of us, and they will be the first one to know of the decision of the Secretariat whether or not a recall has been triggered.
And that's when the vetting takes place as well?
Well, yeah, we have to make sure that the signatures are accurate, that it's clear that people knew what they were signing for, and all of that, we have to check it.
Okay, so how is it that the party leader can make that determination whether the Secretariat makes that decision? Because he essentially is saying that the recall has failed.
But that's not the official position of the party. Maybe that's just his opinion.
But an official press release issued under the UDP.
Well, I am telling you that as the chairman of the party, that is not the official position of the party on the recall.
The last time the vetting took about 2 days. How long do you expect it will take this?
Hopefully about 2 hours, and as quick as possible. We will take as long as necessary for us to make sure that the people who signed the petition wanted to sign the petition, and those who wanted to come off, come off.
But amidst all the fiasco, it shows that democracy is alive within his party, says Perfy.
We have a UDP constitution that says that if you don't want the leader to remain your leader, then you as a delegate have a right to sign a petition to have that leader recalled. That's there. I mean, and I think it's a good provision for the people to have a voice as to who want to be their leader. After all, they were the ones who elected the person to be leader. They have a right to say, well, we don't want that leader anymore. Similar to how we have recall provisions in the Constitution for members of the House of Representatives. I mean, that's democracy. It's not neat and clean all the time, but at least there's freedom in it to know that you have a voice.
Coming up next, the Rotaract Club of Corozal celebrates World Polio Day. Stay tuned. What is Amnesty 2022? An opportunity for undocumented immigrants living in Belize. Belize wants to help you to live freely and continue contributing to those communities you and your family now call home by offering a pathway to permanent residency. Why should you apply? In doing so, you remove barriers and reduce the difficulties faced living as an undocumented immigrant. Applying is easy. Go online to www.immigration.gov.bz for more information. Find out if you qualify, how to apply, what documents you need, and how to book your appointment. Be prepared. The registration period will be from the 2nd of August to the 30th of November 2022. Belize Amnesty 2022. Let's continue to build Belize together.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
¿Quieres dinero rápido por tus prendas de oro? Entonces aprovecha de los grandes préstamos y empeños de oro en Monica's Pawn Shop. Nuestra baja tasa garantizada de solo el 10% en todas las joyas de empeño. Eso no es todo. También empeñamos televisores, compramos chatarra de oro y puede empeñar su vehículo y aún continuar conduciéndolo. Visite Monica's Pawn Shop en nuestra ubicación en Ciudad Belice, número 128 Cemetery Road, en Ciudad Belmopan, en el número 5 Garden Plaza y en el municipio de Orange Walk, en número 2 Belize Corozal Road. Llámenos al 207-0970 y obtenga más dinero por sus joyas de oro.
The Rotary Club of Corozal held a business expo on Saturday at the Corozal Central Park in commemoration of World Polio Day, celebrated every year on October 24th. For the club, it was important to highlight that polio still exists and those most vulnerable to being infected are the unvaccinated. As a founding partner of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, Rotary clubs here at home and across the globe have managed to reduce polio cases by 99.9% since the first project to vaccinate children in the Philippines in 1979 was launched, and now Rotary clubs are joining the cause.
We are having what is our business expo. We are also having a health day with the Ministry of Health, right? We called upon the Corozal Community Hospital for them to come out and do their testings and so forth. This morning we had what is our annual fun run. Basically, what happened in our fun run is that we were donated money, right, which we use to give to the international fund. Basically, the fund is to go and give vaccines to kids in countries that are affected by polio. So basically, polio is a virus or a disease which attacks the body and shuts down the nervous system, basically causing paralysis to the person, right? For many years, the Rotary International has been providing countries with vaccines to fight polio, and right now we are currently below 1% of eradicating polio worldwide.
At Saturday's activities, allies of the club supported the cause by providing visitors with several services free of cost.
The people represented today are the Rotary Club of Corozal. We are also in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Corozal, alongside the Ministry of Health and Wellness and businesses across Corozal.
What are the services offered today?
The services offered today by the Ministry of Health and Wellness are glucose testing, malaria testing, and HIV testing.
One of the most visited booths at the expo was that of Zero, a relatively new small enterprise. Zero provides locally produced paper bags of all sizes which are individually handmade.
Today we brought a range of our products. We have paper bags, we have water activated craft tape, boxes, everything packaging related, right? And we produce these bags from start to finish. These are handmade in Corozal, and we produce different sizes. Here you can see a bigger size, a smaller size. We also have different styles of bags for different products. So if you are looking for a bag for your product, then you can just ask us and we make it for you. For example, this bag was customized to the needs of a customer. If you notice, we have ribbons as handles. So we make a bag for whatever you need.
Why is it important for you to have this enterprise?
Well, if you notice, right now we're going through the single-use plastic ban. So plastic bags will be extinct anytime soon, right? So we found the need to have an alternative. And our alternative, paper bags. This is 100% biodegradable. Even the glue that we use is organic and homemade. If you notice, we have craft paper. No, me get to know something. Most of the time right now, what we have are colored paper bags, right? And because that's trending, branding, marketing, everything is trending, right? But the thing with colored paper bags is that it's made from virgin paper. Well, this craft paper is made of recycled paper. So this is much more, well, environmentally conscious than colored paper bags, right? However, we know that branding is a thing. Where everybody wants their logo, everybody wants some specialized branding packaging. So we will be offering the service of printing on these bags so that you can personalize your bags with your logo and anything you want.
Rotaract is still receiving funds for the End Polio Fund and are readily available to receive your queries on all their social media platforms, including Facebook and Instagram. Since last week, we have been reporting about crocs that have been spotted in the Corozal Bay near popular swimming areas. One of the reptiles was spotted last week and it seemed to be unwell. To avoid the crocodile from being harmed or killed, Crocodile Research Coalition, a non-profit organization committed to the preservation of crocodiles and associated wildlife through community involvement, education, and research, along with other organizations, rescued the animal over the weekend.
We came here all the way from Placencia to rescue these 6 crocodiles that were in the Placencia Bay for a couple of weeks now. So Thursday, we arrived and we conducted a survey in the coastline of the town, and we saw that sick animal. It was about 7 feet, and we took it out of the water, and then we have it in an enclosed room right now. So that is being transported today to the Placencia Peninsula in our facility to be properly assessed and rehabbed, and hopefully it recovers so it can be released back to the wild where it belongs. We captured it properly, with the help of the Forest Department, with the alliance from, Sardineja, the Conservation Alliance. So they were there helping us out. And then, we properly restrained it, and, we took the data that's necessary. And currently it's in an enclosed room right now, and that will be transported to Placencia Peninsula.
And while there is some skepticism about the work that the organization went to carry out in Corozal, today biologists at Crocodile Research Coalition, Jonathan Tremino, clarified that they were only there to capture the emaciated 7+ feet Marlet's crocodile.
We didn't come here to rid the beaches of crocodiles, right? That's not our goal. So we just came here to save these crocodiles, right? And, conduct outreach as well to teach the people the truth about crocodiles and, letting people know the facts. So that's what we're here to do, right? Came to save crocodiles and, teach the public as well. So we didn't came here to clean up cortisol from the crocodiles, right? Because that's not helping anyone. I'm not helping the crocodiles, and I'm not helping the community. We need to coexist with nature, and that's what we're promoting here. Crocodiles have been here for many thousands, millions of years, so they've lived, peaceful in harmony with the Mayans that were here thousands of years before us. So why can't we do it now, right? So we need to embrace the nature, our natural environment, the wildlife that comes with it, right? So we just can't, stray away from nature. They are a huge part of us and part of our culture and identity. So we need to embrace them and, find ways to coexist with them.
The rescued crocodile will be transported, assisted, and then released into the wild at an unknown location on the Placencia Peninsula in the coming days. The Crocodile Research Coalition team says that they are readily available to answer questions or queries at their hotline, which is 660-3936, or you can visit them on their social media pages to learn more about the work they do across Belize. The government of Belize and the Nature Conservancy finalized a debt conversion agreement enabling Belize to reduce its debt burden and increase its investment in conservation. A component of the agreement stipulated the establishment of a new conservation fund for Belize to disburse funding to projects and partners working in Belize to achieve conservation outcomes that are aligned with Belize's national marine and coastal conservation priorities. The public was invited to vote for the name of the new conservation fund, and the Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future was chosen. The newly installed fund is inviting you to design a logo for the Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future, and if your logo is selected, you can walk away with 500 Belize dollars in cash. The winning logo will also represent the BFSF. Your logo submission must follow a criterion. For one, it must reflect the purpose of the Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future. Also, it must be simple, memorable, and timeless, versatile, usable, and visually appealing in a variety of sizes, colors, and media. It must also include the name Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future, or the acronym BFSF, or the words Belize Fund. All the information you need is readily available on the Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future Facebook page. Your graphic files of the logo must be submitted in high quality in the formats JPG or PNG in both color and monochrome. A 200-word brief narrative describing the logo design elements must accompany your entry. Lastly, be sure your application is completed and signed. To have a chance at the $500, your entry must be received by 5 p.m. on Friday, the 28th of October, 2022. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, October 25th, here on Ctv3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.